I have worked all my life for human rights and democracy because I strongly believe that they are the only way to guarantee high quality of life and peace in the world. Today, Iran regime is a shame for all of us because it's a brutal dictatorship. That is why I attended the huge gathering in Villepinte in June 2018 to support the Iranian opposition to bring peace and democracy in Iran. We know that Iranian regime has been involved with killings in Europe in 1989, 1990, 1992, 1993, but not lately, though we know that regime's agents have been active in Nordic countries lately. So it was a little bit surprising that the attack was planned. We know the court proceedings quite clearly show that there was an Iranian diplomat, Assadollah Assadi, who brought a bomb to 3 terrorists with the purpose to attack the Villepinte conference, indeed endangering 100,000 people. And note in this case, a diplomat and on the European soil. Diplomats have rules that should be followed. Fortunately, the European security forces were able to trace them and in advance to stop them. It shows they are not very effective anymore. Unfortunately, we have another consequence of the effectiveness of Iranian soldiers who shot down a civilian airplane to the memory of victims of that airplane. Then you ask, why is the Iranian government doing this? The government is very afraid at this very moment. The reason is the huge demonstrations in Iran because people are unsatisfied on the dictatorship. The reason is economic crisis, lack of food, people are poor. Then the reason is the corruption of revolutionary guards. That is why the richness of Iran, the oil cannot be used for the people. It is put instead in the pockets of the dictatorship. And also the COVID-19 crisis has been very badly taken care from the early beginning of the crisis, and still today the death figures are rising quite rapidly. As said, Iranian people deserves better in a rich country. The European countries have acted properly after what happened in Villepinte, did not happen. So some European countries have expelled their diplomats, Iranian diplomats, from their countries. I think this means that the diplomatic contacts between European Union countries and Iran are strained, and we have to take care that the embassies of Iran are so small as possible and they are very closely followed, their activities. But also it's very important what force must be put on the terrorist list of the European Union with the consequences that follow of that list. And of course, we need also economic sanctions, at least and especially on those persons in Iran who are involved in terrorist activities very widely, that these people are punished already at this moment before they will later be brought into the court of law of their human rights crimes. We wait now the court verdict. I think it will be very clear and explain the facts of the case. But the main point is that we have to understand the dictatorship in Iran must go. That is the only way to guarantee human rights, peace, democracy, equality between the sexes in Iran. And also, if there are no terrorist actions by the Iranian government, that will guarantee the peace in Europe as well.